As the majority of Texas sits in a heat dome, it is time to talk about heat-related illnesses.
Yeah, this morning, Dr. Hilary Fairbrother, an emergency physician with UT Health Houston, joins us to discuss what those are and when it's time to call 911. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
You know, we are under another heat advisory today, and it's so important for everyone to pay close attention to their health, especially if they have to work outside in this heat. So let's talk about some of the most common heat illnesses.
All right. Well, so the most common heat illnesses start with dehydration. I think we've probably all felt that, where we feel really thirsty, maybe a little tired. Maybe you're not peeing quite as much as normal and your heart rate feels a little elevated. But then if you're not able to get inside, get to rest, cool your body off, you can that can turn into heat exhaustion. And heat exhaustion is when a person feels very flushed, is sweating often profusely, feeling very tired, maybe dizzy, has a fast and racing pulse. People often experience muscle cramps and nausea and headaches. And that is because the body is actually heating up. The body's ability to stay cool in this heat and in this humidity it's not able to keep up with the outside heat. And then that can, unfortunately, if not treated, if not getting cooled off, the body can progress into heat stroke. And heat stroke is very severe and is often very much associated with a change in consciousness. So a patient who has lost consciousness or seems very confused or is difficult to wake up or even has a seizure.
Okay, now when we hear about these different types of problems, does it really matter if you even understand the difference of them? Is one more serious than the other and you really need to get help? Do we just need to really monitor our bodies? What is your best suggestion moving forward?
So certainly heat stroke is the most serious. And if you or someone around you is outside in the heat and you are starting to see those signs of loss of consciousness or seizure or really a confused person, you need to call 911 and get to the emergency department. That could be a dangerously hot body temperature, and that can be associated with multiple organ injuries in the body and even death. Before we get to that, there is absolutely serious disease involved, but you don't really need to know so many of the differences between them. What I would say is if you are outside dealing with the heat and you start having those muscle cramps, headache, flushing, profuse sweating, you need to get yourself cool, you need to get in the shade, you need to drink plenty of fluids and really help your body cool off. Take off any restrictive clothing, and of course the best is to get in front of a fan and get inside and cool down.
And you know, we know that we need to stay hydrated, but how much water should we be drinking to prevent dehydration, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke?
Well, so the best kind of rule of thumb is before you even go outside in the morning is to get really well hydrated. And I think a lot of people are doing this. They take a big jug of water, whether it's 32 ounces or something around that amount of fluid, but a large container of water and drinking that first thing in the morning before ever exposing themselves to the heat. And I would highly recommend that. Depending on people's body weight, you really might be drinking different amounts of water, but a large glass of water and a large container of water before you ever go outside is a good rule of thumb to get really well hydrated before ever exerting yourself or exposing yourself to the heat.
Thank you so much.
And then you have to stay hydrated the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. All right, Dr. Fairbrother, thank you for your time from UT Health Houston today. Great advice.
Yeah, we appreciate it.